Welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn, to live your life on your own terms. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn Academy. And today in this video, we are going to talk about the solar system. It's a very interesting video that is going to give you an entire overview of the solar system. So if you like this video, you can press the like button, you can subscribe to our channel and share it on social media. You can also download the copy of this PPT in the PDF format from the link mentioned in the description box below. Now the Sun, the 8 planets, satellites and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids form the solar system. We often call it a solar family with the Sun as the head. Now normally people believe that the solar system consists of only planets. No, it also consists Sun, satellite and other celestial bodies. Now this entire combination of these bodies form the solar system. Now the Sun is the center of the solar system. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. So Sun is at the center of the solar system. It is made up of hot gases and it is a pulling force. These are the three key words in this sentence. Now the Sun is the ultimate source of heat and light. There is no other source of energy on planet Earth that is the most important and required for the humanity to exist. Without sunlight, there would be no plants, there would be no agriculture. And if there are no plants and agriculture, there will be no human life. Now, the reason why the tremendous heat is not felt because despite being our nearest star, it is still far away. And how far away? It's 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. So you can imagine if this distance would have been little less than 100 million kilometer away, how hot the sun would have been. The ultimate result would have been no existence of humanity on Earth. This is how the sun looks during an eclipse. It's a beautiful picture. This is just for getting a brief idea. Now let's talk about planets. There are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the sun, there are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Now this is the distance from the sun. So the closest is Mercury, the farthest from the sun is Neptune. Now an easy way to memorize the name of the planet in order of their distance from the sun is my very efficient mother just served us nuts. Now this is very common way to remember all the planets along with sun. Now all the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in fixed path. So it's not that the Mercury will go in some different path, Venus will go in some different path. No, they all have fixed path around the sun. Now these paths are elongated and they are called orbits. So let's suppose this is sun. So these are the paths, elongated paths like this in oval shape. This is how the Earth looks like. Earth is a blue planet. You will see mostly the water around the Earth and the land area is very less. Now Mercury is nearest to the Sun. It takes only about 88 days to complete one round around its orbit. So the orbit is around whom? The orbit is around Sun. So how much time does it take to complete one orbit? 88 days. Now Venus is considered as Earth's twin because of its size and shape and are very similar to that of Earth. So Venus is similar to Sun in terms of shape and size. Now till recently Pluto was also considered a planet. However, in the meeting of International Astronomical Union A decision was taken that Pluto, unlike the the other celestial objects discovered in recent past, may be called a dwarf planet. This is how Mercury looks like. It's a beautiful picture. Now let's talk about Earth. Now Earth is the third nearest planet to the Earth. Who are the other two? Mercury and Venus. Earth comes at the third position. Now in size it is the fifth largest planet. It is slightly flattened at the poles, and that is the reason why its shape is described as geoid. So if someone asks you which planet is geoid shaped, your answer is Earth. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found on only on Earth. The Earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It has water and air which are essential for our survival. The air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Because of these reasons, the Earth is a unique planet in solar system. From the outer space, the Earth appears blue because its two-thirds surface is covered by water. It is therefore called a blue planet. Just take a look at its picture. It's a beautiful picture. The moon. Now, the Earth has only one satellite, the moon. And is moon an artificial satellite or a natural satellite? Obviously, it is natural. So the moon moves around Earth around in about 27 days. So I hope this concept is clear. Where does the Earth move around? The Earth moves around the sun. Sun is a star. Earth is a planet. Now moon revolves around Earth, not sun. This is something which you need to remember. Moon is a satellite of Earth. It will revolve around the Earth. In about 27 days, it exactly takes the same time to complete one spin. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible to us on the Earth. So the moon does not have conditions favorable for life. It has neither water nor air. It has mountains, plains, and depressions on its surface. Now, these cast shadows on the moon's surface. So you can see these shadows on the moon's surface. It's a beautiful picture. Now, asteroids. Now, apart from stars, planets, and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also move around the sun. Now, these bodies are called asteroids. They are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This is important. So, what are the tiny bodies called? Asteroids. Where are they found? Between orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Now, scientists are of the view that asteroids are part of a planet which exploded many years back. This hypothesis may be correct as well. So, it's not confirmed. So, this is how an asteroid looks like when it is coming towards the Earth. Because of the friction of the Earth, the asteroid burns away. So, it hardly reaches Earth. Even if it reaches Earth, it will cause damage to that particular place. Meteoroids. So we have talked about asteroids. Now we'll talk about meteoroids. Now these are small pieces of rocks which move around the sun. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. It causes a flash of light. Sometimes a meteor without being completely burned falls on the earth and creates a hollow. So, meteoroids are also small pieces of rock which move around the sun. We have spoken about asteroids. These are also tiny bodies which move around the sun. So, asteroids and meteoroids move around the sun. So, I hope this point is absolutely clear. This is a meteoroid going down or coming down the earth. Milky Way galaxy, it's a whitish broad band. It's like a white glowing path across the sky on a clearly starry night is a cluster of millions of stars. Now this band is called Milky Way galaxy. Now sometimes in the summers when you are spending time on your roof, and you might be looking at the sky. You must be seeing lakhs and lakhs of stars twinkling around. Now, this combination of all these stars glowing away in the night sky is called Milky Way galaxy. So, this galaxy has clusters of millions of stars. So, our solar system is a part of this galaxy. In ancient India, it was imagined to be a river of light flowing in the sky. Thus, it was named as Akash Ganga. So, if someone asks you, solar system belongs to which galaxy? It belongs to Milky Way galaxy. Now, a galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases, and there are millions of such galaxies that make the universe. Okay, good point to know. This is how the galaxy looks like. These are millions of stars all around the sky you can see at the night. Now, natural satellite is a celestial body that moves around the planet in the same way as the planets move around the sun. Now, human-made satellite is an artificial body. It is designed by scientists to gather information about the universe for communication. It is carried by rock and placed in the orbit around the Earth. Some of the Indian satellites in space are INSAT, IRS, and EduSat. This is a satellite. Now, our solar system consists of sun, the star, 8 planets, 63 moons, millions of smaller bodies like asteroids and comets, and huge quantities of dust, grains, and gases. The moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. The formation of moon as a satellite of the Earth is an outcome of giant impact, or what is described as a big splat. A body of the size of 1 to 3 times that of Mars collided into the Earth sometime shortly after the Earth was formed. It blasted a large part of the Earth into space. This portion of blasted material then continued to orbit the Earth and eventually formed into the present Moon about 4.4 billion years ago. This is good to know information. Out of the 8 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are called the inner planets as they lie between the Sun and the belt of asteroids, and the other 4 planets are called the outer planets. Alternatively, the first 4 are called terrestrial, meaning Earth like, as they are made up of rock and metals and have relatively high density. The rest 4 are called Jovian or gas giant planets. Jovian means Jupiter like. Most of them are much larger than the terrestrial planets and have thick atmosphere, mostly of helium and hydrogen. The difference between terrestrial and Jovian planets can be attributed to the following condition. The terrestrial planets were formed in the close vicinity of the parent star where it was too warm for gases to condense to solid particles. Jovian planets were formed at a quite distant location. The solar wind was more intense toward nearer to the sun, so it blew off a lot of gases and dust from the terrestrial planets. The solar winds were not at all that intense to cause similar removal of gases from the Jovian planet. The terrestrial planets are smaller and their lower gravity could not hold the escaping gases. So the Earth was mostly in a volatile state during its primordial stage. Due to gradual increase in density, the temperature inside has increased. As a result, the material inside started getting separated depending upon their densities. This allowed heavier materials like iron to sink towards the center of the earth and the lighter ones to move towards the surface. With passage of time, it cooled further and solidified and condensed into smaller size. This later led to the development of outer surface in the form of crust. There are 3 stages in the evolution of present atmosphere. The first stage is marked by the loss of primordial atmosphere. In the second stage, the hot interior of the earth contributed to the evolution of the atmosphere. Finally, the composition of the atmosphere was modified by the living world through the process of photosynthesis. The early atmosphere with hydrogen and helium is supposed to have been stripped off as a result of the solar winds. This happened not only in case of Earth but also in case of terrestrial planets. Now, during the cooling of the Earth, gases and water vapor were released from the interior solid Earth. This started the evolution of the present atmosphere. The early atmosphere largely contained water vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and very little of free oxygen. The process through which these gases were output from the interior is called degassing. Continuous volcanic eruptions contributed water vapor and gases to the atmosphere. As the earth cooled, the water vapor release started getting condensed. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere got dissolved in rainwater and the temperature further decreased, causing more condensation and more rains. The rainwater falling into the surface got collected and depressions gave into the rise of oceans. So I hope this video would have given you a lot of valuable insight and knowledge on this important concept. So if you like this video, you can press the like button, subscribe to our channel and share it on social media. Help us to spread education in this beautiful world. Thank you.